Hey, hey, Virgo. Welcome to your October reading. Thanks for being here. I'm Madeline, if we haven't met before. And if you're back, hi. Okay, so before we get into your cards, Virgo, I have a channeled message for you from Spirit. So I take a little time to sit here and kind of get with your people, shuffle the cards. And what Spirit showed me was, wait for it, a pair of bifocals. Why? They were showing me that there are a couple different lenses. You're a very discerning sign, right? The wheat from the chaff. And therefore, you have this pretty great perspective, this pretty great ability to zoom in, right? But if you know anything about bifocals, these are the kind of glasses where, you know, they're split in two. Up here is for when I'm nearsighted, down here is for when I'm farsighted, right? Maybe if I need to read, I'm using one, and then if I need to drive, I'm looking through the other. Now, if I'm trying to drive and looking at the ones I used to read, I'm going to get myself into some trouble. And beyond, you know, crazy car crash metaphors, the image is going to be distorted. What I'm seeing won't be accurate if I'm not using the proper lens. And I feel like what Spirit wants to get through to you is, look, both of these lenses that you have, the far and the nearsighted versions, they're great. They just need to be employed at the right time. It's like I have the right tools, but if I see a screw and I pick up the hammer, I'm not going to have a good time. And you know what I'm saying, Virgo? Little discernment. It's what you're great at, but discern even which lens you're going to pick up. Is this something that I really need to like zoom in on, or is this kind of big picture stuff that I can look at it through through this other lens, and it's like, oh no, that's fine. I'm making this like a weird crazy deal when really it's not as big as this. I'm just looking through the wrong lens. You know what I'm saying? Getting a little distorted. We can get in our head sometimes, right? Okay. So now we're going to dive into your cards. We're going to see how this bifocals thing plays into your reading. Well, just to get started, yeah, see, we can distort things. We can make things feel and look worse than they actually are. We're going to talk about it, Virgo. Don't be scared. That's the whole point of that. Sorry. I'm not trying to scream at you, Virgo. This is good. This makes me happy. Okay, I said I was going to shut up and lay out your cards. We're going to do that. I'm going to take it in, Virgo. That. Goodness, Virgo. Oh, Virgo. Stuck in your head. They were not just fucking whistling Dixie. Let it go. Let it go. Love it. Fuck. Hadn't seen that card before they started singing that. Okay. All right. Well, we talked about separating the wheat from the chaff, and we talked about bifocals. What do we have at the center of your reading but Nine of Swords, the card for straight up, like, overblown anxiety. And hear me out, Virgo. I'm not putting blame on you. Neither is Spirit. Spirit only ever speaks in unconditional love and never judgment. The feeling that I'm getting is, if I showed you a painting, and this painting was, you know, fucking 10 by 20 feet, just huge, panoramic view of something, right? And there were a bunch of little scenes going on, and some of them were very idyllic and beautiful, but then this one tiny part of the painting is like, ooh, that's some disturbing imagery right there. There's a little bit of existential dread among this much bigger picture, right? Well, if I fucking get in front of that painting and put myself squarely in front of the existential dread and look at it 2 inches from the painting, that's what I'm going to fucking internalize. That's what I'm going to get from it. Whereas if I stand back and look at the whole thing, much like life, it's like, yes, there's all this activity. Some of it's really beautiful and amazing. Some of it's really hard. Some of it is straight up that little horrible knot of existential dread and miasma. But why would I zoom in on the fucking miasma? I'm not trying to whitewash it either and pretend it's not there, but I'm like, oh, this is part of a way bigger picture, right? Justice. Bifocals. Which is appropriate to use at this time? Which one really makes sense? Sense, right? You're great at that, Virgo. You are the discerner. A lot of you probably have some strong Libra placements because that's what they're telling me with that Justice card. Justice is the Libra card in tarot. tap in. And if you don't have strong Libra placements or you're not aware because you don't know your chart, tap into those Libra qualities anyway, of like diplomacy, of calm, of trying to see both sides, right? So maybe you're counterbalancing a little bit. Again, I say this with all the love. Virgo, you probably know this about yourself, okay? Sometimes you can have like this reputation for seeing the flaws more than anything. Like they're in starker relief for you than they are for other people, and that can be helpful depending on how you funnel it, how you distribute that gift. But it can also become crippling. Like on the extreme other end, it can get to that 9 of Swords, 2 of Swords, 10 of Swords. You have a lot of fucking like, we're in our head right now. We're in our head. And the truth is that when we're in our fucking head, nothing can get sorted out here anyway. I could be extrapolating all kinds of things. I could be telling myself all kinds of weird, false facts that I've extrapolated from what I do know, and I could make it into this big cacophony of fear and questions, and I could stalemate myself. You have the 2 of Swords at the top of your reading. You know, a little bit of, I don't hear you, I don't see you, I don't want to. Some of you might be shutting some people out or shutting yourself in. That's what I'm hearing. And here's where the good news is coming, Virgo. There is a beautiful message coming to you in October. Someone sweet, someone genuine. You have the Page of Cups showing up as the hidden part of your reading. We're going to talk about another meaning for that in a minute, but first I want to go here. Spirit's giving me a couple things. General readings, right, Virgo? So some of these are going to resonate more than others. Some of them might be for a different Virgo entirely, so don't let it worry you if I say something that just doesn't resonate at all, okay? Some of you have an ally, this Page of Cups, a sweet, kind-hearted messenger, who's just giving you some support, maybe even some like divine guidance, in the sense of like, whoa, like it's really weird that you messaged me right then. Like that's what I needed right at that moment. Like, where did this come from? That is so weird. Just those times when it feels like the universe is really speaking to you. And it is. It is, Virgo. So, however this message comes to you, whoever the Page of Cups might turn out to be, the message is more important than like the medium of the message, than the messenger. It's like Spirit is showing me, it's very sweet. Someone's showing me, like, they're showing me you getting your chin tipped up. Like, you know, when you're just like this and someone sweet, like a parent or a partner comes and like, hey, look at me. We're gonna be okay. We can do this. Don't worry. You're not alone. That's the feeling that they're giving me. And if I'm your fucking Page of Cups, Virgo, so be it. The message is more important than the messenger. We can get through this. You can get through this. You have absolutely everything that you need to get through this. In the past, the 7 of Pentacles, a very Virgoan card of taking a breather, of stepping back and reassessing the plan. If you haven't done this already, 9 of Swords, that's a good time to do it. Let me write this shit down, as a matter of fact. Like, let me put it on paper so it's not ricocheting around lightning bolts in my fucking head. You know, they're emphasizing this for some of you. Like, there is something very literally, like, grounding, right? They're making the comparison between the lightning bolts in your head and, you know, when we ground, we bury the cable so that we don't get electrocuted if we come near it. When you ground your worries, your thoughts, your plans, whatever it is that is dominating and kind of fucking with your head the most right now, when you actually take a moment to like sit, and I'm gonna like write this shit down, whether that means like it's a list, these are all my problems, or this is all the things I need to do, or a journal entry like, fuck, I'm feeling like this right now, I feel nuts, or I feel confused, or I feel afraid, blah, 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 spill it all out. You are literally grounding it. You are bringing the thoughts out of like the fucking nebula, out of the like realm of thoughts, swords, into the realm of pentacles. the realm where you dominate, right? And then, beautifully, in the future, shows up the Empress, the Earth Mother herself. Now, gotta say something real quick for some of you Virgos, the combination of the Page of Cups in the hidden aspect and the Empress in the future, that could be motherhood. That could be like, woohoo, surprise, like, surprise you're pregnant, or surprise, your partner is, or, now, Virgo, don't be afraid. If this is something that you don't want, just be extra careful. And if it's something that you do want, then maybe open your heart up to the possibility, okay? Not resting all our hopes and desires and fears on that, because that's just pressure. What will be and what is meant to be will be. And there's an element of like trust and look up and out, The Hermit card is your card, but you don't have it here this month. You don't have, let's look inward some more. You've been in. You done been in. Like, it's all too much. 2 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. It's a lot. It's too much. It's become a stalemate. It's become arresting is the word that they're using. And Spirit wants you to breathe new life into yourself. Spirit is breathing new energy into your life as a whole. With that Empress card showing up in the future, she is beauty, she is receiving, she is joy and pleasure, and taking that pleasure in like the simpler things in life, the 5 senses, right? It's time to get back into your body. That's what Spirit is saying again. Bringing it back to the Pentacles, bringing it back to the Earth, Empress. Some of you, it might be time to like, okay, I need to take a walk. I need to do some yoga. I need to check the way that I've been eating because I haven't been eating enough. That's what they're saying for some of you, is like you're running on fumes. You're running on not that great of stuff. The snack that was in your bag and like, oh, I didn't eat anything else all day. Oops, I forgot. I was thinking too much about other bullshit. Some of you need to check your nutrition. Check in with your body. Do, a little, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to shut my eyes and I'm just going to scan my body and listen to what it's saying. And be like, oh, look at that. I've been holding a ton of tension in my shoulders. Like, ooh, I needed a big breath. I feel like I've been holding it. Like, check in. But with your body. Your mind is doing enough talking. You need to listen to your body for a bit because it has wisdom for you too. And if you can listen to your body, the subtle voice of your body, then you can tune in deeper and hear the subtle, small, quiet, pleasant voice of your intuition. Something to consider. I feel that this is, wow, okay. Spirit is saying there is something really great happening in your life around like receiving. Again, they're saying that is like, so somebody's being very generous to you. Some of you receive like a gift, or like, I feel like you're going to feel that someone or the world itself is being generous to you. Kind of like, whoa, like why? Like I was feeling so fucking in my head, and yet like at the time, even as I'm feeling all this strife, then in comes this beautiful reassurance, this beautiful like fucking universal message, this gift, this thing that I'd been wanting and wishing I could manifest and maybe thinking that I absolutely couldn't. And then bam, as soon as I let go, as soon as I say, all right, you know what, if it's not for me, universe or God or whoever, however you want to address the big good, the big energy, as soon as you surrender, wash your hands of it, walk away, declare, okay, fine, maybe not for me then. Then what is for you comes through, the star. What you may not see clearly, what you may not even be able to know is what you need, comes in. The Empress, the Star, the Page of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, like, open up your heart. Your mind is a little closed and a little occupied right now, but open up your heart. You have a protector this month. That's the other thing that I'm hearing for some of you. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but Spirit is letting you know that some of you who feel like you do need protection, that protection is there. And call for it when you need it, okay? I'm just going to leave that there because that's what they said. Now, the key to your reading, no surprise, is the Fool. The Fool is not the idiot, Virgo. The Fool is the one who doesn't carry all their baggage with them. The Fool takes the world as it comes. The Fool is forever learning. The Fool is the optimist, the child. Like, oh, this is how the world works. Wow, I'm not going to take that personally. This is just how the world works. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if a car drives past me and it splashes a big, horrible, muddy puddle all over my clothes, I'm not like, wow, this is because life sucks and it's out to get me. I'm like, oh, wow, that was crazy. I didn't even know that could happen. Well, I better go home. Like, ew, I'm gross. Like, I'm not going to fucking internalize that shit. I'm not going to take it personally. Especially when the world is trying to give me a gift. And this is so weird and funny, but Spirit just showed me, like, the same vision of somebody getting, like, splashed with, like, crazy, like, mud by, like, a car. And that somebody on the corner, like, sees this happen to this person, and they see this person be the fool, right? And just kind of like, like, that was nuts. And they just kind of, like, laugh to themselves because they're like, well, that's life sometimes. Like, it doesn't mean I'm dumb. It doesn't mean I lie to myself. It's like, oh yeah, sometimes life sucks. Sometimes life's unfair and just kicks you right in the nuts. Like, it happens. And that person seeing you in your wholeness, in your truth, in your lightness, in your wholeheartedness, that they fall a little bit in love with you. And it's not even about, like, it's not even about what that leads to. It's about the fact that you can stoke that fire, that warmth in other people, and you're going to be doing that a lot this month. You're going to be attracting people to you who want to give to you. And it's through you just being your own divine self. And being your divine self means coming out of your head, into your body, into your heart, into the world, in the steps, at the pace, which makes you comfortable. Virgo. It's all a choice. Your free will is everything, as you've probably heard me say if you've listened to these videos before. Your free will, your intuition, following your path, that's way more important than anything you could get from some cards. But Spirit's coming through with what's for your highest good, and they're saying it's time to step out. There are gifts, there are adventures, there are wonderful encounters that want to happen to you, but you've got to be ready to shut down the thoughts and step into the light. I like it, Virgo. How you doing? It's intense, but it looks fucking good. Tell me about it. Questions, comments, stories? I want to hear them. I thank you for being here, Virgo, and I really hope that this is helpful and reassuring and activating for you. I hope you have an awesome month, and if I don't see you in a video before then I hope I see you in your, well, I can talk, November reading. Okay, see you in November, Virgo. Bye.